So before we go for the flight with my Huey, I want to explain to you what ATT is. In fact, some people put it as ATTI, and I have that on my transmitter. So no longer have I got 3D when you flick from GPS to 3D, because 3D takes an awful lot of skill, a crazy amount of skill to master. Now, I'm okay in 3D for a couple of seconds, but really and truly, it's like trying to balance a marble on a dinner plate. It's very hard. So I have turned my 3D switch into an ATT switch. So what does that mean? It means that the helicopter becomes 6-axle gimbal. Now, back in the 2000s, the early 2000s, when helicopters were all the rage, a lot of people were having problems trying to balance their helicopter with collective pitch. And so the makers came up with 6-axle gimbal, and this helped an awful lot of people. Today we have 6-axle gimbal, which is known as ATT, that you can program your transmitter with. And basically what it does is it acts as a 6-axle gimbal. So the helicopter, when it goes out of GPS into ATT, will just sit there. But it won't just sit there like a GPS helicopter, where it will just stay there until the battery runs down. It will start to float off in different directions. And that's the difference between GPS, which is locking the helicopter into position, and ATT, which is 6-axle gimbal. And of course, you go into 6-axle gimbal, you need to know what you're doing with your controls. You'll see this now. I'm going to go out and do a flight, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about this. I also again will put the website of a great gentleman. He's South African, and I put his website down here, his channel on YouTube. There it is there. And then what I'm going to do now is put down the video to look up. So he's programming the Flywing Bell 206, and he shows you how to put in the ATT program instead of having 3D. Okay, enough talking. Let's go out and do a flight. Little bit windy out there, but let's hope we can show you the difference between ATT and GPS. Okay, so I'm just going to start up my heli, and we're going to go to GPS first. That's the way I like to go. You can take off in ATT if you wish. Here's the dance done, and this heli is being rebuilt from the ground up. Seems to have paid off. I am looking at another helicopter, but it's all to do with money, guys. It's all to do with money. I will try and get it, but it may take a bit of time. I don't know. Have to see. So I'm waiting for GPS, which is down here, waiting for it to go green. There you go. Super fast. Put the canopy on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off in GPS, and I'm going to put my 2 sticks either side, one to the left, one to the right, click, run, and off we go. Bring her up, and this is GPS. So naturally you can see that she's holding her position. Now if I go into what used to be known as 3D, which is ATT now, watch what happens. She starts to float off. So I'm doing the flying now. Okay, I know it's not CCP, character pitch, but you do get a better banking when you fly her like this. Look at the banking on that, look. Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Now we go into GPS. Now she just stays there. But if I go back into ATT, she will start to float off. Super smooth. By the way, my tail motor, I've used Loctite on the screws because I had a very bad experience. And also, it's a new tail motor, but when I land it, it's actually very, very cool. It's not warm at all. Now she's programmed because she's in sports mode. That's sports mode. In GPS, there's definitely a better bank in ATT, which we're going to go into now. We're into ATT. Now, do you see the difference? The speed is horrendous. I mean that in a good way. Go back into GPS. So the nose tilts more in ATT than in GPS. I'm going to bring her back here. And this is the way I like to bring her down quicker, and she is happier to come down this way than just come down straight. Now GPS, as you can see, didn't bother with the strobe lights today, it's quite bright. But you can see the difference. There's better banking, so she's able to go like this in ATT. In GPS, she's only tilting very slightly. The nose in GPS is like this. In ATT, it's like this. So that's a big difference when you fly in ATT. ATT now. She's floating off on me. Look at the banking on that. Way much better, way much better. Now the reason why, if I take my hand off the left stick, why she's sitting there, even though she's floating away, why she will sit in the air is because the stick's on the remote control spring loaded. So let's just go back into GPS, and I think that we've explained everything there. What a machine. I wish they came out of the box like this. Maybe I got a bad one, but she is absolutely fabulous now. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll bring her into land. Oh! Now I'm going to tell you something that happened to me when I first got the helicopter, and I had done a number of flights, and I came into land one day and I brought her down, and like a real helicopter, because I've seen it happen with real helicopters, the nose started to go like this on the ground, and the blade would hit the ground, and before you know it, you had a helicopter in bits. So be very careful when you come down. If you notice the head is, you know, going to go forward, way too far forward, flick the off switch. Just a little tip for you. Okay, God bless to you and your family. What helicopter would I go for next? Well, it's got to be bigger, hasn't it? It really has. And it has to be unusual. Something that I would never kind of consider. I'm not there yet. It's going to take some time. It's very hard just to, you know, in retirement, to actually go out and just buy these things. I don't have credit cards. I don't have credit. So I'm going to have to, you know, put the couple of quid by. It may take a few weeks. I don't know. I'll have to see which way it goes. Something may come up and I will have to spend that money on something else. But we'll see anyway. We'll see what happens. And if we get the second helicopter, the channel is going to get very, very interesting indeed. Okay, God bless to you and your family. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.